Hello my lovely ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming back to my channel. Oh, I nearly ran out of breath. Isn't that silly? Now, I've titled this video From Little Things, Big Things Grow, and that is for a purpose. What I've been doing is taking a leaf out of a couple of people's little books, G Tidbits for one, and my youngest daughter for another, and a couple of other ladies whom I cannot remember just at the moment. But I've been watching videos, looking at photographs, and thought I can do that. So, I have spent over the last few weeks many hours fussy cutting and double-sided taping. I've been using the Couture Creations big roll. Now, it's normally a lot thicker than that, but I've used quite a lot of this over the last few weeks. And I've been cutting out things that I've been sent, things that I've purchased over years gone by and not used. And this year is going to be a year again of using my stash because I have such a lot of it. So let me put this aside, and the base of my projects for this particular Little Things series is going to be 3 1/8 wide by 5 to 5 1/2. Now sometimes it might be 5, sometimes it might be 5 1/2 long. And they're all going into a little spiral bound booklet that I have, and I've made quite a few, as you can see, but I still have quite a few pages to go. Now, it was originally this color, and that stood out like crazy. I didn't like it, so I covered the front and covered the back, and we'll go into that later. But what I want to do is one little page with you today, and I have double-sided the back, double-sided sticky tape the back. I've also done that as I cut that out. I thought, Ruth, you're wasting time. Put it straight onto the tape, cut it all out, then it's done. And then there's this little gorgeous piece of cardstock. It was in a 6x6 pad, and there's lots of pretty little flowers, lots of lovely words, and I just thought, right, I'm going to stick the whole thing and then cut it out. This came, that one actually goes over there, I think, and that one, and the little butterfly. And I'm quite happy to leave a lot of the space there. What I've done to, and I'll just turn this around so I can work on it. What I do when I'm doing these little pages is I set the layout temporarily on my, and then I take a photograph of it on my phone, so that when I come to putting it together, I've got this as my little guide, which I'll set up there, so I can see that and work out, what I wanted to do with it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is, first thing I've done is used Tim Holtz colors with my Lavinia brushes, and I have colored around all of them. I've used the little minis. I love these. I can get so many more colors and get a lot more bang for my buck. It just makes life so much easier. Now I've taken I'm just going to turn this page over because I've already done some working on it and I just want to keep going. Now use the fine brush to go around the edges. Just like that. Just to get a nice fine little border. And I'm not going to redo the whole lot, just this little bit here. Alright, so this is the number 3 Lavinia brush. Absolutely wonderful for doing fine things. I also went round the border of those 2 things, those 3 things. And the original photograph was green and black and white with a little touch of pink down here. But I thought also that the lace behind it would look very nice, just tinted with the pink. So I went over that with my brush as well. And to clean my brush, I have a baby wipe in a little container. And all I do is just run around it. Now because this is a very pale pink, and I didn't use very much, there's not much on the brush. And then I just dry it off on a soft cloth. Just a couple of passes on a cotton cloth, and that's that cleaning done. I think what I'll be doing is once a week using some nice warm water to give those brushes a proper, good, decent wash. Okay, so let's get back to constructing this little card. This was a 12 by 12 sheet of paper that I've used for several little projects, and I just thought it was so pretty that I'd like to put it into my book. As you can see, the card was double-sided, but I didn't want the green check. I wanted this prettier one with the text all over it and the bigger bold type words with the flowers and stuff. I think it just looks so pretty. Once you've got all the elements bonded and colored, these come together so quickly. As you can see, it's not taking much time at all. I think I'm going to enjoy the process really nicely. No, that doesn't sound right. I'm really going to enjoy this process. I've enjoyed doing the little book so far, and I've done quite a few pages, which I will show you very soon. Because there's so many in there, I might just show you a couple of weeks worth at a time, so that every time I do a little page in here, I've got something else to show you at the same time. And this little shape I used, where is it? Here it is. This was a Stampin' Up punch. It's called Pretty Petite. I had stuck that on there so that I could actually see the shape of it, but it's a beautiful little punch. And the butterfly, I just really couldn't fussy cut him. It's too small for me at the moment. My fine motor is not what it used to be, so I'm shying away from doing the very tiny fussy cutting. If I can get it into a shape, I will do so. Okay, I'll just get rid of the rubbish off the table. Put things away as I'm trying to put things away. If you could see my table, you wouldn't think so, but utensils I try to put away as soon as I finished using them. That way I know where they are next time. Okay, put my brushes away too. Oh no, hang on, I need the big one out to show you what I did there. Okay. Now, getting the little book, and I've been keeping this blue paper clip here so that I know where my next page is. Now, that's a page I did on the 19th. The same backing paper as I'm using today. A little cutout from a children's book, some words that I found in a magazine, a little bit of scrapbook paper, some shading around the edge of the card. I did not do the corners on this one. And then I used my big brush and some more Tim Holtz stuff and went around the edge. Now for this side, once again, I used the Kitsch Flamingo, big brush in, wiped it all the way around, tissied it up, made it look pretty, and now I'm quite happy to put my piece of paper on there with its pretty little things on it. So just turning it around so that I can see what I'm doing properly. Dispense with that piece of paper for now because I don't need it right now. As I said before, I've been spending many hours doing small things that I want to share with you. And I've discovered a couple of little things that I'll share with you as well, little tips or tricks, whatever you like to call them. And just making sure I've got this fairly square. I don't think when I cut this one out I did such a good job of cutting it properly. Oh yes, I did. Okay, I thought I might have been out a little bit. Okay, now where are... I'm fussing around here. I forgot to get these out when I wanted them before. There they are. Now these little stickers I bought from my local stockist, Paper Flourish, and they are absolutely wonderful. They are all little numbers. Where's my piece of paper? So I can do months, days, years, or whatever, and I've got something like 10 sheets of this, 9 sheets of it, so I've got lots and lots and lots I can use, so that's really cool. They are a little difficult to get off. Now, today being the 21st, and it's only difficult because they're so small. I'm concentrating, that's why I'm not talking to you. Those tweezers again. Put them away, can't find them because they're so fine when they're on their side. You can't see them. Okay, 21. And it's January, so it's 1. And 23. The only thing is I'm going to run out of 23s before I run out of anything else. Okay. So that's the date done. These are actually 4 memory planners, so it's really good that there's so many packets in here. Let me just check my facts to make sure I've told you the right thing. Oh. Where is it? It did tell me. 900 pieces. That's 900 little individual things. So, as you can see, there's bucket loads. I'm not going to run out in a hurry. I'll have enough to do this thing for the rest of the year, so that's good. And some other stuff as well. Now, I don't know what I want to put down here. I think I might just leave that one blank. Sometimes I have left them blank, other times I've left a little message or something or other on them. Okay, let's start at the beginning, and I'll go through a few pages with you. This little clip was made by Crafty Arena and sent to me many, many moons ago, and I've been hoarding them, so she'll be quite proud of me to think that I'm using them at last. Just turn it around. Scrapbook paper, they had the big cutouts on the back, on a couple of the back pages, so I've used those. A nice little sticker that was already there. Butterfly. I've turned everything in this book into stickers. It's so much easier. That's a sticker that came off another sheet and another piece of paper, and I've started it with the date there, 18th of December 22 until, and the last page will have a date on it, and I'll put that there. Turn that around and clip it back on. It looks lovely without it, but it looks even better with it. Okay, very simple first page. This is actually a battery cover. When we buy packets of batteries here in Australia, we've got individual pull-off pieces that we can take an individual battery out and leave the rest of it in the packet. And I just decided to cover that with some ink, and then I stamped it using one of my foam stamps. I cut out from a book that I coloured in with pencil. I've stamped that with one of Lavinia's stamping things, Jip I think it's called, and that page was done. This one is once again pieces of the same paper range. A lovely vintage lady, some other bits and pieces that I had left over, and orange for the page side. Most of these are self-explanatory, so I'm not going to explain them to you unless I feel it's necessary. I will explain this. It was a little packet of stickers that was sent to me in an ephemera package, and I thought, what better way to put them all together so that I can have some fun looking at them later on. And I love Betty Boop. She's a gorgeous little character, very fashion orientated, which I'm not, but I still love her, so she's there together. This is washi tape. I've got a huge big roll of it here that I've left on my table so I can use. Had to have some boy stuff, so So I've got retro music and another set of stamps that I bought and decided that I had to use them straight away. These gorgeous photos are from a calendar, this year's calendar actually. I was very lucky to be given 2 so that I can use them. And we're up to the 23rd of December. Body shapes. Little banners that I've spent making hours and hours and hours of them. We won't dwell too much on that one. All of these words were in a long big sentence on a piece of paper, so I thought, right, I'm going to use them because I love it. Now let me read it to you. Enjoy the little things, for one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things. Little things into big things. Okay, take the risk or lose the chance. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And the warm glow of Christmas lingers. Magazine pictures also work really, really well in things like this. It's just a receipt that I needed somewhere to go. And once again, magazine photos, books and gardens are my thing. Washi tape again, comes from this roll, and all of the little flowers have a saying in the middle of them. This also is washi in that big roll there. Angry Birds, not keen on them, but I had them, so I thought, right, use them, get them out of the way, into a book somewhere. And this one says, see you next year. So this is the 31st of December, and this is the 1st of January. Awakening Magic, with the beautiful oracle stamp of Lavinia and some of the Lavinia background paper, which is why I haven't been very fussy altering it, because I just love it the way it is. And with that, my lovely ladies and gents, I will close this video down. You've got all of this to see yet, so stay with me. Come back next week when I'll show you another one. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.